Asia.
I'm Audra.
I'm Kira.
And I'm Jayla.
And welcome to Weekends with Sis,
Mother's Day edition.
We want to wish our mothers a happy Mother's Day and a special Mother's Day to our moms,
ladies.
Audra and Kira.
We love y'all.
We love you, sis.
Love you, sis.
And now we have some questions for our moms.
What advice would you give to a woman who is planning to have a baby soon?
You can't be too prepared. Getting clothes, diapers, getting your house safe. I feel as though that's something that you should do sooner than later. I wouldn't wait on that. Preparing yourself mentally as well.
Okay. What was the hardest part of childbirth?
I think the hardest part was the healing process.
I agree.
It's very, very hard mentally and emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all these hormones and everything, and it's just like you cry about the wrong things. So it's like,
Postpartum is real.
Wow.
it hurts. It's a lot of pain, but it's worth it. Amen. It's definitely worth it.
Do you feel like you had enough support during your pregnancy and after your child was born?
Yeah, I agree. I think I did. My grandmother, Mama, she was the biggest support. Like coming to the house with milk, diapers, I didn't have to worry about none of that. Like
And during
thank
your
God for her.
pregnancy?
Yes, definitely. My sister was there. We were able to have 4 people in the room. Normally you only have 2. That's a big support. You need that.
A blessing, yeah.
It's definitely a blessing, yeah.
It's good that
So,
you had that support.
it was a great pregnancy for me. I didn't have no issues.
That's good.
That's real good.
That's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plan on having any more children in the future?
Is the sky red?
She said it's
No,
sky
the
red.
sky is blue. So I guess that is.
I'll answer it because I do want to have kids.
You want to have more kids in the future?
I do.
Do you have a number, or you just?
No, I just want to have one more. I want to have a boy because I wanted a boy first.
Aw,
I want to have another child, just one more.
just one more.
And if you don't have a boy, are you going to continue?
I may try one more time,
Okay.
but that's about it.
All right.
So, what was your weirdest pregnancy cravings?
I don't think I had any weird craving. The only thing that I craved was ices, like from the gas station, ices. That's it. Like I remember, I told him to go and get me ices. Like, don't come here until you have ices.
Oh my God.
Hey, you're not getting through this though.
Kara, did you have any
But it was
crazy?
nice.
Pickles and peanut butter.
Wow.
At the same time, did you dip
All
the
types
pickle
of-
in the peanut butter?
Yes, all types
Wow.
of hot stuff too. All types of hot
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. What has been the toughest part of motherhood?
I think the toughest part is, there's 2 things I would say, like knowing if you're doing a good job as a mother,
I agree.
knowing,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to figure out if you're raising your child correctly.
Wow.
And co-parenting, it's very stressful when you and the other person do not agree. It's very stressful, very, very stressful, and it's like, I mean, if you're good at co-parenting, then that's good for you, but you gotta keep praying on stuff like that. It's a journey. It's
Yeah,
a
definitely.
journey.
Okay.
I agree.
What is some advice you give to a young mother with all that you know now?
Like she's saying, pray. Like I pray over her. Naya, I pray over her. Like, and I sit by myself and I pray. Like she says, like, you don't know if you're doing the right things. Like even with punishing them, like, am I being too hard? Am I not doing enough? And should I be, you know what I mean? What should I do? Like in certain situations, like you don't want to be too hard on your child, but then you do want to.
You don't want to seem like a bully, but you don't want to seem like you're
a pushover. Yeah, that too.
So it's
So
trying
it's
to
like-
find a balance.
Yeah, like giving them advice, like you gotta pray on it. You anything, to be honest, but
Okay.
and talk to your child. That's important. You know, even them being young, make sure that they know that they can come to you.
talk to you about
Yeah,
everything. That's very
anything.
important.
That's important.
Some good stuff here.
Yeah, some real good stuff. Give
What
us
is
some
the
of that.
best advice you have got as a mother?
I mean, like, since I've been a mother, like, I don't think I've had anyone give me any advice.
That's something.
I think I've learned
Really?
Your home,
along
yeah.
the way. You know,
I can say
Really?
honestly the same thing.
Like really, no good advice. Like whether
Nobody
it
has
be
ever gave y'all like
really.
any type of nothing. No.
I mean, like, I've kind of like seen like family members, like how
Yeah.
they raise their kids and stuff like that.
You like
And
But
I
you
kinda
gotta
like
do
do
for
that.
yourself.
Yeah, like you
gotta
take-
do
like
take,
you glean from other people.
Right.
Like okay, they're raising their child
Yeah.
this
Right.
way. Maybe I should try.
Right.
You know
and
this.
do this. Do it that way.
Okay.
That's interesting.
You never really get that. Like, and I think with us being younger and the way that I got pregnant, it wasn't like you were married and you
Right.
talked and now you're husband and wife and
Right.
you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like now we could talk about this stuff. It was never like that, you know.
So what is it like for Kira? I guess first, what's it like raising a son? Because I know it could be difficult sometimes. A black young man, right?
I mean, right now it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I mean, besides him not listening, of course, but that's every kid. But I definitely fear, like, in the future, like, I don't want him to be one of those statistics where you know he gets shot by the cops, walking down the street, or just dealing drugs, or in jail, or dead. Like, I pray about that every single day.
I'm sure you
that's
do.
like the worst fear ever. But it's like kind of have to depend on myself and have to depend on his father to make sure we're doing exactly what we're supposed to do.
And teach them.
Gotta keep
And
praying,
those
though,
times,
right?
Yeah.
Audra, this is for you. Do you feel both families are supportive to your child, like your family and Anaya's dad's family?
I do. I get the support that I need. Like as far as, you know, taking care of her, and if I need a break, I know that I can get that.
That's good.
Yeah, so I don't have any issues there.
So whoever wants to answer this, I guess is fine, or both of you. If there was one thing you can say to those people who weren't supportive of your pregnancy, what would it be?
Put yourself in my shoes. What if this was you? What if this happened to you?
Right.
What would you do? Like, are you, you know, you don't, when I told my family, I got mixed emotions from a lot of people, you know? Like, my mom, she laughed. And I
Laugh.
told her, yeah, I called her and she laughed. It wasn't like,
What did it seem like she believed you, or was it like you think she thought it was a joke?
no, I think she believed me, but I think that was her way of like
Reaction.
shock.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whoa.
because she wasn't even here. She was in Boston. Like, you know, his sister was happy. His family was happy. My sister was a little like, what are you gonna do? You know, grandmother made me cry. So it was like a lot of mixed emotions, but
So you would just say like,
Those emotions, did they make you want to cry?
oh yeah, definitely, I did cry. But
and it's like I feel like for you being a sister, you could say like, look at Nye now, like Nye is so smart and so beautiful, like.
and I'm happy, you know. Like I wouldn't trade nothing. I wouldn't trade her for the world. So, and I never had a doubt that, you know what I mean, that I would do anything but give birth to her.
That's
So,
good.
That's good.
regardless of anybody's thoughts, or even if me and her dad wasn't together,
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I could do it. I would do it, and I did. Still
You
am.
are.
That's
I feel
good.
like since like growing up in a church and everything,
Mhm.
like you have those people who are like very like judgmental,
Mhm.
and because it didn't happen to them, or
Mhm.
you know they're not going through it right now, like they see it. Oh, this is the topic of discussion right
Mhm.
now.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's up because
oh, did you know so and so's pregnant? Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And it's like
It's always
it's
a topic.
always gossip, and it's always like mean things. And
Yeah.
it's never like, well, maybe let's check on her and see
Right,
how she's
exactly.
feeling or how she's doing.
But those same people are showing up to the baby shower,
Oh, yeah.
just to
Being
see.
nubby.
But I feel
Yeah.
like with what you're saying, I feel like sometimes you gotta think like it's not always like judging. It's like they're just concerned. You know what I mean?
I think a judge.
some people aren't always judgy.
I feel
Some there's some people that aren't judgy.
You
but
can't
they
always
are,
say they're all judgy.
But
I
there's
feel like
some
Not
people
all.
that are
Not all.
judgy and that
I'm just trying to
are
defend
very
those.
nosy.
No, you're right. For those who come to the baby shower and said one
if you
thing,
don't ask me about my well-being every single day, or at least
Like check in with me.
I feel like you're being
Sometimes.
judgy.
so do you feel like everybody was just
Not
judgy?
everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
Most
feel like
people.
people. Yeah, and the way the church is like I tried to hide it, like that I was pregnant.
That's
So
sad.
Me too.
yeah,
That's
right?
sad.
I'm
It's
like,
like, oh,
honestly,
you're
I feel
pregnant.
you. I feel you because
That's
I would,
not a
I would,
good
I would
thing.
hide it too. To be
That
honest,
is not a
Especially
good
with
thing.
I
not.
It's the
It's
way they make
definitely
you
not.
feel.
And then
That's
at the point
horrible.
until I was showing, like I can't hide it
Right.
no more.
that's
Yeah,
something.
that's-
Because Jayla, don't you think? Would you hide it? Maybe you wouldn't. I know I would. I'd probably be the same way they were.
Honestly, I don't know.
Especially if
It
I wasn't
depends on
married
the
yet, I would probably be the
circumstance.
same way.
It depends on the circumstance. I really can't say yes and I really can't say no. It really just depends on the circumstance of.
So if you wasn't married, so I'll give a circumstance.
I would absolutely hide it.
Yeah.
I would probably never even.
But why should we
I probably
have
wouldn't
to
even come,
hide
to
it?
be honest
Yeah.
now.
But the point is,
That-
why
but that's
they
the
went
thing,
through,
you shouldn't
I probably
have-
wouldn't come until
You
after
shouldn't
the
have
baby's
to
born.
hide.
Yeah,
Your
right.
pregnancy.
Why should you?
Granted,
in
okay, it's
church.
not the way that it's traditionally
supposed
to
is,
be.
but
People
aren't all
life
babies a
differently.
blessing from God?
Right,
That's true.
right.
That's
Some
real.
people can't even get pregnant.
That's
Right.
true.
Right. So
It's crazy.
That's true.
I kind of like remember like those people who don't ever say anything to me, but at that point when they knew I was pregnant, they spoke because they knew, and I like still remember that to this day. It's like don't speak to me,
something that you'll never forget.
like
You never
The
never
way her face looked.
you never
It's like-
forget how
I'll
somebody
never
makes
forget
you
that.
feel.
Yeah, exactly.
You never forget how
Right,
somebody
that's
makes you
true.
feel.
That's
don't
true.
try to
Whether
be
good or
nice.
bad.
That's
you,
very true.
You
That's
never
a good
forget
point.
how somebody makes you feel.
Wow. That was a good question.
It's a little deep.
Ooh,
It's a little
Jesus.
deep for y'all now. A little deep.
Ooh. Honey, I could go on.
What is one thing you change about your motherhood journey?
I think I would change. Probably the age I had my son.
Okay.
Maybe if I was like a little bit more older, you know.
Cause how old is Mark? 6,
He's 5.
5.
And I had him when I was 19. I mean, I was out of high school, but
That's
It was
crazy,
just-
Kara. I felt like you were older than 19.
It seemed like
Yeah,
it,
it
right?
did seem
Right.
like it.
yeah. I
Wow.
was
What you
19.
saying that seemed like you was older.
24.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so you would change your age.
So how do you monitor your child with technology? And is there anything you wish you change about the stuff that's out there?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Because there is kids YouTube, but there was an instance where Naya was to go to bed. She could have her tablet in the room, and I go in her room like time to put this tablet away, and she's on YouTube looking at older adults, and like they're doing like these games and they're adults.
Yeah.
So trying to block that, I take it off, but it's just
Some reason,
some way,
you'll
some
find
find
it.
a way. Like they're very tech savvy, these kids. Like, and that's the one thing I would change. I try to take that away, pencil and paper, drawing, like, so
Right.
you're able to function motor skills with your hands.
Right.
You know, you're not going to be able to learn.
Even to hold a conversation. Like,
Exactly. That's
need to
one
be
big
able
thing
to
with the kids nowadays. But
hold a conversation
Somebody
without a
have eye
phone or a
contact.
tablet in your hand.
yeah.
Do you think YouTube has taught her a little something or no? It was
A little
really
bit,
just
but-
all you.
But now as she grows, like, she's into it more, and it's just too much. Like, I think the whole technology with kids, like, it's just, we weren't like that. I don't know.
no.
I know we had
I feel
phones,
like they're way
but
smart. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how we were,
I feel
but I
like
feel
it
like
kind
they're
of makes
smarter.
them like a little bit smarter. Like they kind of like learn
Yeah,
certain
things,
things.
yeah. But
all of them aren't good either.
Right.
Yeah.
and I feel like she's growing up to, like, she's 6, but she acts a little older. And I think it's from what she sees.
Seen, right.
You know what I mean? On these tablets and phones and stuff. I don't.
Speaking of like what she sees, so you know, like the whole transgender thing and things like that, right? Don't they see that or see different things like out in the world or even on your YouTube? If or even whoever wants to answer, how would you feel if your child, say in another 4 years, now she's 10 or 11 or whatever the case may be, and she comes to you because you want her to come to you, and she tells you that she feels a certain way now, like she doesn't feel like herself. How would you be? Or even
Have to be
or-
supportive. You know, like, I don't want to ever, shun her away. Ever. Like, we'll talk through this. If, like, for her to really understand it. Let's see if you really understand what this is
Right.
before we say, oh,
This
you're
is-
what it
yeah.
is. You know, definitely.
Mm.
But I don't know. This world is just crazy. It's scary. Like, you don't even know.
It is
like,
scary.
This world is
like,
very,
we were never
very
like
scary.
that.
It's very scary.
Yeah. I think it's just what
It's just-
technology has brought
yeah.
into the world, because I feel like we didn't have YouTube.
Yeah.
We were outside. We loved to be outside and play with our
That's so
friends.
true. It has to have been
Street lights
technology
came
that
on.
changed the
Yeah.
way things are.
I
feel
mean,
like.
everything is technology based. School,
Yeah, that's true.
apps,
They have
phones,
tablets and all that in the
iPads,
schools.
all of that.
It's in the schools.
It's everywhere. Like, you can't
That's
escape
why I
it.
wonder, like, if I have kids, will I even allow them now to even do?
I
certain
probably
things that
would,
the kids
just
do.
maybe in moderation, like
But you
not.
have to like limit.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, do you ever feel like that YouTube or that tablet is like what's keeping them busy for you to do what you have to do? Because I feel like
Sometimes.
it could be that way. Like, where you're like, oh, here's my
Yeah.
phone, here's this, so you could just be calm.
Yeah.
And I feel like we wasn't like that. It was like, shut up and sit back.
Still
Like,
shut
it's
up
certain-
and sit back.
Certain
It's
situations,
still that.
like if you're in a grocery store, you know how.
But it
kids
was
can-
always shut up and sit back for us. It wasn't just a YouTube or here's my phone.
Or even
Yeah.
the TV. It doesn't matter. The TV
I
is.
feel like did we not have a lot of TV? I think we did. I think we had our own little room with TV and we had our own little phone.
Yeah, but outside was something that we did
We
a lot.
love, like, we
Yeah.
love to
Bikes,
be
riding
outside.
bikes,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
We love being
We've done
outside.
that. Mm.
Well, ladies, this was a great discussion.
It's
I loved it.